And I love the fact that they try and work with these young up-and-coming artists to support them. That young and up-and-coming artist that was singing with them then, who do you reckon it sounded a bit like?
Oh, no, I'm not going to guess. I'm going to make a goose of myself.
Well, make a goose of yourself. Go on, make a goose of yourself.
Brad McCall?
No. That was a chap called Russell Morris, legendary friend of the Blokes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's a different angle that he's...
Yeah. So what we like to do sometimes, and coincidence, it's happened again, we've got someone on the line, and it's not Russell Morris. No, in fact, we have got Patsy and Dave. Good morning, Patsy. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
It worked. Well
so
done,
relieved.
You two.
You don't believe how relieved we are. Russell Morris, good on you for giving him a leg up.
It was such an awesome thrill. Actually, grew up listening to Russell Morris's loving all of his songs and everything like that, and never sort of realised one day we'd be writing together and recording together. So it was an amazing experience.
Okay, so my hair, a little bit that's left, has been completely blown back. Tell me how on earth that happened.
Well, Russell is connected through our label and our manager, and Robert flicked him one of our CDs to have a listen to, and he absolutely fell in love with a song called Cowboy Lonesome. He said it was amazing, and agreed to write a couple of songs with us. So that's how it all started.
Yeah, and of course you would have struggled with his ego. Is he not the nicest, most humble man you'll ever meet?
He absolutely is, and you don't really know until you actually meet someone and get to work with them. And I could not believe how humble he is, and just go along like a house on fire. And there's no ego there at all.
Yes, that was a little bit tongue in cheek. You understand?
All of our suggestions, and amazing. Yeah.
And the fact that you said, I don't care what happens, I am not singing Ula Mama Ma Uma Mama in the middle of the song. How did he take that?
I think he took that all right, and I quite often wondered, well, maybe we might do something like that one day if we get stuck full lyrics.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Patsy, I'm going to ask you, because it's always more likely the female will tell the true story. How did you two meet and get together in music?
Oh, well, many years ago now, I met Dave actually at the Pirates Tavern in Williamstown. I was then the president of the Pirates Tavern, and we were doing a bit of a fundraiser. It was a community organisation, and Dave had come along to sing, and I didn't know that. There was an Irish band playing, and the Irish band finished, and then there's this boy started singing and playing guitar, and I was absolutely mesmerised by his voice, and I went into the tavern, and I still had the sausage on the end of the stick. That's how mesmerised I was, and I was standing there looking at this little guy, and there he was sitting up there with sweat patches from his waist to his, and singing with his eyes closed because he was so nervous. And I thought, my God, I was just blown away. And after he finished and he was leaving, I went up to him and said how impressed I was, and would you sing a duet with me? And I think he went white and ran away.
The extraordinary thing was that on the back of Russell Morris, the Irish band that had been playing immediately before was you too. Not quite. Now, of course, we always like to hit hard with the tough questions. Patsy, Dave, I don't mind which of you answers this. The name Patsy and Dave, where did that come from?
Well, basically that's our name.
I thought that might have been the case.
Dave, before Patsy's had a crack, tell me, why did you run away? Was there something about Patsy you didn't like?
Well, it was mainly the sausage on the end of the...
Which is not a euphemism for anything, anyone, folks, if you're listening.
Dear.
I suppose, and the thing is, I was just really nervous. I was just I was getting pushed out there through my vocal coach at the time, who goes, said, you've got to get out there and, get over your nerves and start performing in front of people. And so that was probably my second public performance. So I was still very nervous, and I couldn't open my eyes and look at anybody at that time. So actually, for someone to ask me to do a duet with them, that was pretty daunting for me.
So Dave, just dealing with that, your love of music obviously got you to the guitar and singing and perhaps writing. But what was it about the performance? Is it just your normal nature to be a nervous type, or was it just that inability for your confidence to carry what you love doing to a wider audience?
I think the lack of. I mean, I would never even. I mean, basically lock myself in the bedroom, and I'd sing and play guitar, and I did that for since probably the age of 8 or 9, and I wouldn't even play for family or anything like that. I was just not confident in my ability, I suppose, and it wasn't until I went to a local vocal coach and that encouraged me, and he said, "Look, this is something that you can do at a pretty high level. So if you want to do it, you can do it." So he gave me the encouragement to get out there.
So how long ago did the partnership start? When was the Williamstown Pirate Tavern gig?
Oh,
he'll say 20 years ago. It's probably 17.
Right.
Or I'll say 10, and Dave will say 20.
So it's been a while in the making. Let's put it that way.
It has been.
Yes.
And notwithstanding the fact that you have always been Patsy, presumably Patsy and Dave, you've always been Dave. You haven't always been Patsy and Dave.
No. We initially started our musical career as the long and short of it, and a lot of people still know us as that. We only recently rebranded, probably a couple of years ago now, and forgot to of course appreciate how much that was going to cost us with all of our old CDs and everything else. But we sort of grew up. Yeah, I think we needed to move the name off.
It was
people take it seriously.
Also, it's another band with the same name, and I think they're the genre of their music is like death metal or something.
Patsy, where did you start out in your music life?
What did you say?
Sorry, Patsy, where did you start out with your music life?
Oh, I played piano when I was a kid, and then actually, without knowing, I think it was probably a drunken party I was at, and I was singing my lungs off, and somebody said, "Actually, you haven't got a bad voice. Why don't you go and get some vocal coaching?" And then the next day they shoved a card under my door, and it was the same vocal coach, by the way, that Dave was at, and we didn't know that at the
Local vocal.
The local vocal.
Yeah.
And so I started having some lessons, and then I met Dave, and all of a sudden we were both being trained by the same vocal coach to sing duets. So, and interestingly enough, I recognised at the time that Dave and I had there's something similar. I don't know what it is, but there's a similarity in our voices that I think blend really, really well in harmony. And so there you go. That's what happened.
Dave, do you still sing with your eyes closed?
No. It took me a long time to get over it, but I can actually look at people and sing these days.
So how much easier a serious question, how much easier is to have Patsy there doing it with you rather than you being the focus?
Look, you feel way more comfortable. I do anyway, having someone there with you. But I think I could these days probably do it solo if I wanted to. But I think it's just what, as Patsy said, the vocal blend and the harmonies is something you just get used to over the years, and it's just nice to hear that blend.
The genre that you play, we would describe that as country. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, because I haven't been through your extensive catalogue yet, I'm working my way through it, you understand, and the next, the song that we'll play at the end has got a sort of a country twang to it as well. A lot of people who play that genre start their music careers in regional areas. Fair to say that you guys are well entrenched in the inner western suburbs of Melbourne. What's the drive towards country rather than something else at the moment?
I reckon it's. I think it's the song. I think it's the storytelling in the songs. We love writing music that has a story.
Yep.
And that you can actually hear the lyrics and appreciate the lyrics, and it doesn't mean to say that everyone would necessarily understand what we're writing about, for example, but I think the storytelling is really fabulous, and folk and country, they're two genres that have that very distinct storytelling that we love to write and to perform.
It's interesting because there's a man turning 79 years of age today. His name is Brian George Cadd. Had a bit of success in the early 70s and since. And we had him on the program as a friend of the Blokes a little while ago. And I asked him the same question. What is it about country music that makes it different to other music? And he came straight out with the storytelling component of it. And yet I reckon if you were to drop the lyrics completely and just play the melody, country music's got a particular sound to it, as distinct from other genres. I'm just trying to get my head around where you cross that line. Is it the need to have a slide guitar? Is it? I don't know. I'm fascinated by the thing.
It is, isn't it? We actually performed with Brian at Tamworth. We did a couple of shows with him actually, before he became sick. But we love the instruments. I love it. I don't mind a bit of banjo. I love a bit of slide guitar, and there is a very distinctive style to country music, the older style of country music. They used to say sort of three chords and the truth or whatever, but we write very differently. That David actually is the song composer, and he always likes sticking in some weird note, like a B minor or something in the whole thing. So it's not typically the country format, if you like, our music.
Songwriting always intrigues me. Is there a standard method of your songs coming together, or is it just sometimes spur of the moment?
It's interesting because we've written many different ways over the years, and I think we've sort of changed a little bit. Probably in the earlier days, it was like, for me, it was like I'd come up with a chord progression on the guitar, and then I'd play that over and over again, and then a melody would form, and then lyrics would come out of that melody, just would provoke lyrics, and that's the way we started writing in the earlier days. But we've written from subjects and even titles as well. So there's no real standard way. Just every song's different.
And the lyrics, are they generally from lived experience?
Yeah, I would say so. We've written songs about, like The Willow. It was a song based on a tree that we used to play under as kids at the grandparents' place. That's how that started. I've written, songs about my love for fishing. So it really is, I think it's important that there has to be some sort of experience there that connects you to the song.
He's going to write one and play it backwards at some stage, at which stage the person in the song will become sober, get their car back and start a relationship.
Oh, yes. That's an interesting way to look at it.
So
I am borrowing that from another legendary friend of the program. Good morning, Ross.
Tell me the amount of work that you get together. How far do you have to travel to do it? Is it an exciting life, or does it get tiring?
We have done a lot of travelling and love it. We're going up to Tamworth in January, so that's a big hike for us. But majority of our shows in recent years have been in regional centres around Victoria, actually. But the sad thing that we found out the other day was, in terms of the country clubs, which are promoting, obviously, this style of music, they've reduced from something like 89 clubs around Victoria to only 13. and we hadn't appreciated that. So that's quite distressing.
Is that a Victorian thing? Like, if I was to find myself in regional Queensland or regional New South Wales, I would think that would still be a very active genre and something that most pubs and clubs would be really heavily into.
Yeah, we have a very good following in that region, actually, around in Queensland, in northern New South Wales. I'm not sure. It probably, well, I don't know. It could well be typically Victorian.
Yeah, we've had conversations on this show about sporting clubs and how they roll into each other when small towns struggle to come together. And I imagine communities are getting smaller, so the ability to have crowds come to events like yours are probably now going to be more the bigger centres where the people from the smaller towns will tend to need to travel because they wouldn't be able to muster an audience of their own anymore, because we see that as a very sad diminishing of cultural country Victoria.
I think that's correct, yeah, absolutely. And it seems to be the more major centres that we're being asked to come to and perform at, and we do find that a lot of people are coming, very long distances to come and see us play and perform, actually. Mm.
Yeah, I think there's a sense that some of the current policies of government making it very hard to run regional pubs because of increases in excise. Therefore, the cost of product increase in land taxes is not helping. And I think that's why I asked the question about other states. I suspect it's not quite as nasty in that part of other parts of the world.
No.
So, what on average gigs a week would you have?
Oh, we're predominantly at the moment writing, so we're in the recording studio, although we do have a gig tomorrow, actually. We have one down at the Pirates Tavern, which is where we met.
Oh, sorry, I've come over all gooey now. I'm getting a bit emotional here.
Jumping around.
It's good to go back, and we always get a good crowd there, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd tomorrow. And, we always look forward to going back to the home ground as such, I suppose.
They'll be nudging each other and going, hey, look, he's got his eyes open.
Hey, do you guys sing all of your own material, or do you do some covers just to change things up in your presentations?
When we first started, it was just all covers. But we mix it up these days, and it's probably 50-50 now of original material. To some people, they like to listen to something an old classic that they know and can sing along to, because not everyone knows all of our original material, I suppose. But, because we've had some good airplay with a lot of our music over the years, there are a lot of people actually requesting that now at the shows, which is really, really good because, we'd love to do, 3 hours of all original material.
Yeah.
But for some people, they do like to listen to an old classic so we're happy to do that.
And with your harmonies, the ability to put your own stamp on an old classic, because I quite enjoy those if you go to a live event and someone just tinkers up something that you've heard a lot of and put their own stamp, and if you've got that beautiful harmonious connection, that would be very good. We don't do this song much anymore, but for instance, Jackson was done kind of in unison with Johnny Cash and June Carter, but we recorded that in our own way and we did it all in harmony, which really put a different feel to it. That was awesome. Now,
here's something that's going to blow your mind. We have a monthly segment here with a lady, Rebecca Bradshaw. She is a rural health nurse, and whenever we introduce her, we play the song Jackson by Johnny Cash and June Carter because she lives in a town called Jackson in Queensland.
Oh, awesome.
And we played it at 9:15 this morning.
Maybe we better get a new version of that song by the sound of it,
We'll
Neil.
get the Patsy and Dave version.
Yeah.
In Excess did a version on their album called Decadence, and I played that one week and was roundly booed by both Beck and Rob.
No, well, we're going to give Patsy and Dave a run, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Dig it out of the archives, young man.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
give that a crack, indeed. So if people want to get along to the Pirates Tavern tomorrow, are there still spaces available?
I think there is. I haven't.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
And I'm assuming they go to something like piratestavern.com.au or something, do they, to find it?
Yes, it's it's in Williamstown, and it's in the old Port of Melbourne Authority site, which is called Seaworks.
Right.
And that's not far away, and you don't have to drive over that bloody horrible bridge to get there.
Well,
How good's
if you're listening in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne, you will.
Oh, that's a good
Well,
point.
you don't need to. You could just you're on the same side.
Yeah. Or in fact, you could get a tunnel in a few weeks.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Get a what?
Patsy, Dave, my obvious, comedic talent has been matched by our friend Steve from Canberra, who said, Patsy and Dave, where did they find their name?
Yeah.
That's one of the people who's texted in. So I don't think you're going to have a lot of time explaining that tomorrow.
Thank you so much, you two. You've been absolutely delightful, and it's a wonderful story. We have movies made about stories like this when someone hears a voice from distance and wanders over with the sausage on the end of the stick, and their eyes melt, and then the other one's eyes open, and a whole new world starts, and that's what's happened.
I'm just concerned that during the week we're going to get a complaint from ACMA about us talking about sausages on the end of your stick.
Probably not. I think Patsy delivered it beautifully.
Excellent. Now, we are going to have another song by Patsy and Dave. It's called Dream Vacation. And I've got a funny feeling you might recognise Patsy's voice in the role of a flight attendant to start with. Would I be correct?
You would be correct. And if they pop on YouTube, I'm actually dressed in a flight attendant costume.
Oh.
I may or may not have looked at that.
Yes, and I think she missed her calling too.
Yes. I'm saying nothing more than that.
Singing flight attendant.
That's it. It's like the flying nun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Patsy, Dave, Patsy, thank you very much. People can find out more about you at presumably patsyanddave.com.au, can they?
Yes, they can.
Yes.
And also, we're on every major platform in relation to, our songs and everything. So we'd love for people to catch up.
And good on you for carrying James Blundell and Russell Morris into their careers. Good on you.
Thanks so much.
Here they are,
Well done to you
folks.
both.
Patsy and Dave and Dream Vacation. See ya.
All the very best.